Hey, Charlie back there just loud. Hey.
Who's he talking to
Man, I don't
back
know.
there,
Does
man?
he not realize we got a show to do?
Cousin Charlie! Hey, Real Estate 101ers, we're going to find out who's Cousin Charlie talking to. Why ain't people getting on here? Let's get them fired up. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's Real Estate 101. That means me.
Jay Cash, thank you, buddy.
What did he say?
He's watching us. Hey, he's watching me.
Jay Cash, thank you. Hey, next week is the weatherman's birthday. Just make sure we. That's about to get tricky right there on my phone, Kathleen. I don't know if that'll work or not. Do you think it'll work? Are we live?
We live. I'm live.
Hey, we upside down.
We're
man,
sideways.
Nothing's going my way today. Nothing's going my way. Every Wednesday, Real Estate 101, 1 o'clock. Me and AKA the Weatherman, we come to you, and we're always wanting to bring content.
Hey, who's got the best sense of humor in real estate?
Who has? Hey, that's a great question. Who is the funniest man in real estate? Who is the funniest woman? Leanne Bedsole is the funniest woman.
Hey, who's funnier out of me or GTT? That's what I ought to.
Who in here thinks Weatherman's funnier? Let me see, raise it.
Hey.
I didn't see one hand come up today for you, Weatherman.
They know what happens. Hey, there's a funny
I think
guy.
that's disruptive. Blair is a funny guy. I don't know if I want to keep doing it like that. I think I only want to put it on one. I think that's.
He's awful serious looking now, though. But
who, Blair? Blair's talking about groomers. Groomers. What is a groomer? What does groomers mean?
Ronnie Martin, George, Brian Bell. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for getting on here. Well, today we're changing the topic up because I think too often it gets a little stale when we're constantly talking about facts, when we're constantly talking about things. Sometimes it's good to change the show up a little bit.
I agree.
And the weatherman, he likes to do things a little bit different. So the weatherman is a very, very... Who in here believes weatherman makes real estate fun? Hey, damn, all those people. Hey, Charlie, raise your hand.
Hey.
Weatherman. So, go ahead.
I'm just upset that Charlie didn't raise his hand.
He didn't raise his hand.
He
you know why?
Because he's a fuddy-dud.
He is a fuddy-dud. He's a CFC.
He's a fuddy-dud.
Are Church of Christ people allowed to have fun?
We are. We're not allowed to comment on things like that.
Are you allowed to have fun in the church? Are you sure? So let's today's topic is going to be about this. Think about this. Your largest investment most of us are going to make is a house.
Yes.
And in Murfreesboro, the average sales price now is probably $250,000. Hey, we appreciate all the likes. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the shares if you share the stream. Hey, can anybody hear me more clear when I do this, Kathleen? Okay. So when I get in here, I raise my hand with man. Bill Glass is on here, our new repair guy. He's going to fix our houses up.
Hey, is he our new repair guy?
He is our new guy. So please share the stream. If you share the stream, me and Kathleen go back and we blindfold. We look in there and we grab out a name and we say, look here, Weatherman, you won for sharing. So make sure you're sharing the stream. Please like what we're saying. So, hey, is it okay for your realtor to have fun with you throughout the transaction?
You probably don't want to ask me.
I want your opinion on this. That's what we're talking about today.
Absolutely, because there's nothing, we only live once in this life. If we're so serious and so, what's the best way, uptight, then how's it hard for us to find joy? And one of the best things in a couple's life is to buy their first home. So why not make it a joyful experience? Why not? It's already stressful enough, so why can't we add to the stress as fun and joy? And I'm not talking about being a goofball, but definitely make it entertaining, make it to where they remember it and they don't remember the bad things.
Well,
you always remember the bad things.
Let's play along. You say it's okay. Well, what if I'm over here and I'm the stiff? Well, I want the person looking out for my best interest. Thank you, Lee Barnes. Not just fun, it's necessary.
There we go.
So, hey, I'm a stiff and I'm watching. I'm old school. I carry a briefcase to work. I wear a suit.
I'm going to get you hooked up with Tommy Davidson.
Cousin Charlie. So I think there is a, what is the word I'm looking for when you believe something that may or may not be true? May not be true. What is a misconception?
Liar. Oh.
Is it a misconception? Is that a word? Is that proper, Cousin Charlie? Damn it, speak up. You're sitting there, you're looking back at me.
Sweep you up front.
Is misconception, is that what I'm trying to say right here?
Yes, that's what's trying to say.
Okay, well, see, I believe there's misconceptions based off how you look. Look at what I wore today.
AC/DC.
This is AC/DC.
You're a real estate agent.
And I feel like it wouldn't matter who were to come in here and talk to me, because once I started talking to them, I KNOW.
You have a plethora of
You know what
knowledge.
KNOW means? I know. I know how to sell. I know how to overcome objections. It doesn't matter. No, Stevie, we've talked about this before, and you can probably put yourself in a position that you got to overcome if you ain't dressed the part. Correct?
Yeah, here, yeah.
Hey, is he in trouble?
Uh-oh. Hey,
Stevie,
take that
Stevie,
fun
have
with
fun.
you.
So,
Take
hey,
that fun with you.
I believe if you know what you're doing, if you KNOW what you're doing, I believe that should be able to overcome if you're funny. Because Weatherman is going to he's going to make it fun. He's going to make it exciting. But he can also be goofy. He can also be the goofiest person in this building.
But he can also be serious and also have a lot of knowledge. And so you actually have to to tie them together.
Bill Wilson. Get Bill Wilson over here.
You have to tie them together. And, and there's, and I'll give Michael Burt props on this. He had a great comment one time that you have to work with people that want to work with you. And so there's a lot of people out there buying and selling houses. And if you are that stiff guy and you are that certain ones, that we may not be a great fit.
That's right. Like attracts like.
Exactly right.
Like attracts like.
But me and this guy attract each other.
So Bill Wilson's in here. Mr. Murfreesboro, how many people like your page now?
I'm up 8,000.
8,000 people. Now, let me ask you this. You sell a lot of real estate. You had a very successful real estate career.
Yes.
Would you say you make real estate fun for your clients?
Of course.
Or do you think you're Mr. Stiffy Britches?
Oh, I know I've never been known.
Do you have a briefcase? Do you carry a little pad with you?
Got one.
He's got a man
I
purse.
do carry that, but people think I'm smart and intelligent. That's the reason I carry it.
Well, what would you say to the people that think, hey, I want my realtor to present themselves with where they're taking this very serious? Because Michael Burt is one of my best friends. What's that noise?
Right.
Dang, it's raining. I don't need the rain. So, like Michael Burt wants his guy to be serious. He wants him to be intense.
It's a different type of personality.
Well, I believe when you've got skills, when you know what to say to people, when you know how to handle their problems, when you know how to solve things, or bring solutions to the table, you can overcome these things. You can get by with being goofy,
Yes.
being funny.
Well, today's society and world, it's all this side, that side, and there's conflict. People naturally want to do business with people they know, they trust, and they like. People who put a smile on their face.
I agree.
You make me smile, Bill Wilson.
And what man makes me smile? So, hey, Lisa Progar's in here. She's called our navigator, okay? She navigates through the file, but she's a very God-fearing woman. So let me ask you this. If people in 1980 were to look at your preacher and they were to look at Brady Cooper, who would they say, well, that's the guy I want? I think it's okay to say that, ain't it?
Brady?
I think there's definitely people have changed. I definitely think, like somebody was telling me, Naj, you in the tattoos. Like your salesman, right? He had a lot of tattoos.
Yes.
I think people are drawn to more transparency today instead of judgment than they used to.
It depends on the personality. You've got certain people that are going to be stiff no matter what because that's the way they believe. That's the way they're brought up. And you're going to have some people that are over the top goofy and over the top fun, and that's just how they've been their whole life. But like Bill said it perfectly, and you said like attracts like, and at the end of the day, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be not who I am in real life. I'm not going to put a facade on to sell a house. This is who you get, and hey, look at you. This is who you get. You get Good Time Tommy. And at the end of the day, after I sell the house, I want to be able to go out to eat with them. I want to be able to see them out somewhere and talk about them and ask how their kids are. So I just don't want to sell them a house. I want to build a relationship with them.
Right. And you're only as good as the people that are around you, right?
Absolutely.
Because because I'm no expert on real estate. I'm expert on relationships.
Ooh.
Oh, say that one more time.
I've been married
Oh,
I'm not
hey, that's a cheap shot. Hey, he's Savisa's funny.
I'm not a marriage counselor, but I can tell you what not to do.
There you go.
But we're an expert on building relationships because we want to be their realtors for life. Not just
Now
go.
how are you doing this? Tell me what you do, because I believe who you are. It makes how you present yourself makes them feel a certain way. And if you're going to sit there and be Mr. or Mrs. Professional, they may not like that. They probably would rather, like Ryan Denny, he said something. Who would do business with someone with tattoo? That's taboo.
As long it depends on where the tattoo's at, right?
Well, Ryan Denny's got tattoos.
Yeah.
He's being funny. I do think there was a stigma with tattoos back in the day. I think if people were to walk into the Experience Church today, in 1980, that would have offended them.
No, you're right.
Today, I don't think it does. I don't think we still have a mindset of 1980 because, well, we do because we were older. But the newer kids, let's just say, what are newer kids? When were they born? Under 30?
Yeah.
I don't think they look at things like, I don't think millennials look at things the way our old, are you a millennial?
It's
Very close.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Please
love
do.
it. I love
Please
you.
do interrupt.
When
Please
we were
do.
we were in a society of pen pals, okay? When you would write a letter to a friend in Minnesota, and then 30 days later, you may or may not get a letter back saying, hey, I'm your friend in Minnesota. Now it's an instant, quick, push a button, instant
And
gratification. It's hedonism. We want to feel good all the time. And if I ask enough people, I'll get the right answer. I can call enough people.
So let
This
me
guy
ask
is
you
spectacular.
were on it today, Bill. I have hit a nerve. Brittany Renee, thank you for getting on here, girl. Hey there, fine looking fellas. I guess she's talking about me and you.
Absolutely.
Tyler Barnes, hey, my lawn man, he's on here. So, what would you expect from your realtor today in 2018 almost?
Well, they need to. If you're moving, you need to. We're not an expert on mortgage. You need to have a couple people that are experts on mortgages. Interest rate. What's my payment going to be? Because naturally, people want to know how much money is this going to cost me to get into this deal, and what are my payments going to be. That's it.
Yeah.
What are my payments? How much money is it going to take to get in this deal? So you need somebody, at least 2 or 3 people that know that. Whether it's a Rhonda McCurry, Linda Aaron, or Paul Wilson, whoever.
Yeah,
Because
plug 'em.
they can't be around. They can't expect to have all of our business. You got to have other people in case somebody's sick, somebody's out of town.
Sure.
But we're not instant.
But are you offended if your professional of choice is funny, is kind of slightly goofy?
He's definitely probably not because it's the.
I understand, but I'm asking.
I am very people. You know, my funeral was today. Bill was so fun-loving. He was funny, but he had a good heart. It's all about having your heart
So,
right.
If
and
I
helping others, Tom.
if I was a consumer, is it I was or I were? Who's the smart people? If I were.
You already bought something.
Okay, if I'm a consumer, I'm going. If I'm walking into a store and it is, let's just say if it's a high ticket item, if somebody is funny and they're talking to me and we're connecting, that's the big thing.
Oh man.
Connecting. It's
Yes.
hard to connect with Mr. Professional Person. I'm going to say, you know what? I like Bill. He may not know everything, but I like Bill.
It's an energy.
There is a connection that goes on there, but I still think there can be a stigma by the older guard, the people my age and older. I think they're a lot more judgmental, and that's okay. They're more judgmental of how you present yourself. What do you think, Steve?
hey,
Hey,
well,
we
hey,
got Stevie
hey.
Zavis in here.
You got to think about this too. A lot of people want to put up a front of how they want to be looked at, or people think that's how they are. So they're going to automatically put off a different element. So a lot of the people that put up these fronts, they're not really that's not the personality. Mm-hmm. I've met people that are, hey, I'm not gonna lie, as a dad, I was not the most fun guy to my kids, but as a business guy, I am. But you know what? In that role, I'm not supposed to be fun.
Nope.
I'm supposed to be a dad and raise kids the way that they go out in the world. So my kids didn't like they had fun at the house, but I'm not like I am that everybody sees because I was very stern. Mm-hmm. And so there's different sides to everybody. So I believe that when you meet somebody, you click or you don't click, and you know that very quickly. Would you agree with that?
I do. Carrie Ann Sears on here. Brittany Renee, one of the top realtors at Coldwell Banker Snow Mall, has a no-shave November beard year-round and has tats. So let me ask you this. Do you think, like, who watches shows now with real estate agents all over the country?
I do.
Okay, well, if you see an agent in Hawaii or if you see an agent in other parts of the country, do you think they act like we act?
No, but hey, let's.
How do you think they act? Go ahead.
Let's look at the people in Florida.
Yeah.
A lot of agents in Florida dress like you live in Florida. They may have flip-flops on. They may have a flowery shirt on. They may have those things. But when I'm looking at house in Florida, I want that mindset. If I'm in New York with the millionaire guys in New York, they're mostly business professionals. And so they have this type of element that are buying $9-10 million houses. If I'm in Hawaii, hey, I'm going to fit in good in Hawaii. You know, I'm going to have one of them Hawaiian shirts on.
But, okay, well, where are we right now? What are the mindsets of people in the Bible Belt? What are they like?
Well, J.R. Eastman says that having a sense of humor helps the buyer feel more comfortable.
I agree. Now, you can, I do agree with this. You about to say something?
No, I was just saying, when I talk to the clients, a lot of times I just have to learn where they're coming from, their personality types, and be able to communicate with them. It's extremely stressful for a lot of these people, and that's where humor is wonderful because you can get them to come back down and say, okay.
Get back here, Bill.
I'm coming.
Well, here's what I think. That's a good point, Lisa. Here's what I believe. I believe it takes both. I think it takes being able to be funny, be able to get you relaxed, but I also think you got to be able to back up things with skills.
Yes.
But that does not mean that you're divided. That does not mean, just because you're professional does not mean you get, I think you need both. I think there's situations where humor will help. It will help. What is that called? What does that come in? We got Blair Braswell, hashtag
The
Blair.
second funniest guy. Well, third funniest guy in the
He is
office.
one of the funniest guys in the office, great at telling stories. So what does that mean by turn the hat?
Means turning the hat. Well, one, all of us have to wear a number of different hats because there's so many different things that we are. We're a friend, we're an advisor, we're a professional.
Ooh,
You know,
He's
and
smarter
you
than
gotta
me.
be able to turn that hat for when the moment's right. Some people say it's like being a chameleon.
Yeah.
Comedian, chameleon. So when it's time to be funny, you can be funny.
Yeah.
But if it's time to be serious, you can be serious too.
have you ever messed up and turned the hat the wrong direction?
Absolutely.
Man, that's something. That happens every now and then.
And for those of y'all that know me, know it's a complete shock that I would ever stick my foot in my mouth.
Okay, so Brittany Renee, she said a lot on here. I don't know how she got all that on there, but can you read that, Kathleen, what she said? I can't see good today, but
Hey,
here's the one.
she must have banned me. You must have.
Well, we got it on two different things. We're going to have to get it on just one. So here's where I think people question if your agent is Mr. Fun or Mrs. Fun. I think they've got a fear when it comes to negotiating. That, hey, if you're going to be a little silly, I don't know if I want you negotiating for me. But me and Steven just hung up the phone with somebody that they were being professional.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't help. That is not helping the situation.
No.
That ain't gonna help. So I think I think you gotta have skills.
I can
man.
tell you this:
Tell me,
if I was going to buy a house and I wasn't in real estate, and as much as I like Tommy, Leanne Bedsoe would be my agent.
Now tell me why, Weatherman.
Because Leanne Bedsoe makes you feel very comfortable. She makes you. She has a good sense of humor. She's vulnerable. She doesn't put up this facade, and so she's very, very genuine. And so I mean, and I've known me and Leanne went to real estate school together, and she's been one of the best ever since. She worked here for a long time, but she is known as not only one of the best real estate agents, but probably one of the ones that will continue to get referrals because of the way she treats people.
Now, hey, I want everybody that's watching, all thousands of everybody out there, millions of people, to say yes if this is the way you feel. Can I get a yes out of everybody in here and all 32,000 of you on here? If you're around people that'll make fun of themselves before you will, those are people that you feel much more comfortable with.
Absolutely.
If you can pick on yourself, if you can laugh at you, Blair, how big is my ego? Is it bigger than everybody else's in here combined?
We have an 8x8 banner behind us.
Yeah.
With
Hey,
with his head on it.
how big is my ego? But let me ask you this. It makes me a more endearing egomaniac if I can say it. If I can say, man, I'm a jackass. My ego is this big. As opposed to if I never did even acknowledge that. What would make me better? Which one would you rather be around? I can admit, hey, but I still can joke on myself.
Yeah, but you also back it up with your...
I can cut myself down better than anybody else in here.
I'm pretty good. But you back it up. You have a big heart. You have a very genuine personality.
But let's not get it on.
But what I'm saying though is most of the time people with big egos don't have that. They don't. They don't think about. See, this is what happens when you invite.
Go ahead, Bill. Hey, this one.
Hey.
I think this may be too much trouble, but you missed a spot.
Right here.
Live studio
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
Right here. Tip Top Barber Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all like to buy a house?
I would buy a house from Bill Wilson. That may be hard to get back in. You may just have to set it back up there. I'm a lot of people don't remember who Lorena Bobbitt is. But hey, I think it's
Our show just went this way.
Weatherman.
Bring it back in. Bring it back in.
So Weatherman, keep going. I'm sorry.
So what we're talking about is and not trying to, I don't get paid to promote Tommy. So, but what a lot of people realize is most people that have big egos don't have personality. So if you notice somebody that has a big ego and thinks that they're, the best way to say it, they don't have a lot of people that want to be around them. They're very lonely people because a lot of times they can't get out of their own way. So when you realize and you get to, there's nothing wrong with having a big ego if you can back it up with giving factors and genuality, and Tommy does that. So, he not only wants to promote himself, he wants to promote everybody around him. And when people see that, that's where that like attracts like, and that's where you can use the goofiness, the seriousness, and like our buddy Blair said, you can wear those multiple hats.
So, Bill, you are a funny man. You take life and you enjoy life. I love life. So I love life. So let me ask you this. Do you feel like whenever how do you represent your client because you take pride in being a great negotiator?
Love it. That's what we get paid to do. Is bringing what ideally I love is bringing people together or having deals get done that nobody said they could get done.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask you this: if you're representing me and you're going against who's a hard they're very hard. They're hard. So how are you going to get? How can you give me what you want, what I want, by going and negotiating against those harder nosed people?
Well, being that I've been in business for like 18, 19 years, I kind of already know. Well, John and I are like. He's my boss, but he's also my.
That's enough. That's enough. I can tell you why they get what you get, what you want for your customers. You're sitting there taking too long. I'm sorry. The reason why you do is because people like you. It's hard to say no to you. You can come in there and say something funny to me, even if I'm
got me into a lot of trouble.
maybe so, but it's hard to reject your offering.
Well,
Does that make sense?
I think people say it's hard to manage Bill. It's like you heard in the
We're not
past.
going into all that stuff. Listen, we're just.
You can't do that, but it's hard to stay mad at me.
It is hard to stay mad, but it's also hard to tell because I don't want to let you down because you come in there and you have brought a little joy into my life when you come in there. You got me in a good mood. Hey, we're in a good mood. It's hard. Is
it when he wears his workout outfit to work?
That's my Reno 911 out.
Hey,
or whatever it is. Whatever you come in there, you cheer me up a little bit. And here's what you do. You come in there, you've said something funny to me. Even, let's just say if we're doing a deal together, okay?
It's just few and far between, Tom.
Let me get some of this vodka. Blue vodka. So if we were doing a deal together, and you walked in there, and I was already annoyed.
Y'all ought to do a
because-
show together because it's what you're doing today.
We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you later. So, hey, let's just say if we're doing a deal together and you've already asked me for so many things and it's getting old because every time you ask me to do this, I've got to go back to my client and get them.
You gotta get an edge, is what you're talking about.
No, I'm going back to them. I'm asking them for something. They want this. They want that. Then you come in there and you're doing your little dance and you're being goofy. But really, you're coming in there on behalf of your client to get them one more thing.
Right.
And then you cheer me up in the moment. And I'm like, man,
He just took my wallet.
man, let's try to get Bill what he wants. So what I'm getting at is I believe you can be funny and still negotiate effectively.
Yes.
I believe as long as you've
Yeah.
got skills, you can still negotiate. So a lot of this topic, I can't remember. Somebody made a comment somewhere, and they were just
It's
talking.
hard for people to say no to you when they're laughing or smiling with you. And it's hard. When we're smiling together, it's hard for people to say no to me, right?
I think so. And hey, okay. Well, let me ask you this. I appreciate if anybody's like it. Is that you, Kathleen, sneaking somebody else like this? So let's ask this, Stevie Z. Would you rather, if you're negotiating against somebody that was very, very, they tried the power negotiator, or would you rather? Is it harder to give? I'm tongue tied. Is it harder for you to say no to somebody that's a power negotiator or somebody that you like that you're wanting to help?
Definitely it's harder than somebody that you like and you won't help.
But so many of the clients out there, I think they've got a misconception that they want you to go in there and get me this. They want you to ram. They want you to muscle.
But that's when on the front end you set them up and say, this is what could happen. You're going through different, like contingencies. This is what could happen.
Yeah.
Are you awake? Wait,
No,
wait,
no,
man's falling asleep.
But you set them up.
No, I'm just saying contingencies is hit us very hard here lately. Because with a strong market, a contingency is not our friend. It's not been our friend on a couple files. That's what I'm saying.
Escalation.
So let's let Weatherman talk. I've stolen the show.
Man, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
We're talking about is it okay to have fun in real estate? Because I'm going to talk now. I'm going to present a flip side to this argument. Okay.
It's okay to have fun in anything you do because if you don't, you're going to live a lonely life. So, one of the best
Is that a song?
the best hires we did in our office is when Kathleen come on board because she brings an energy and a likability and a smile. So you can't help but just feel good. I mean, and she does so many things. So as bad as I hate to say it, she doesn't get noticed by as talented as she is as much because she's more like by her personality. And so she doesn't have to be nowhere near as good as she is and could get a lot anything she wants because she's so dang likable.
She is very likable.
And we got a lot of people in our office that are like that. I'm not saying it because she's in front of us, but these are the people I'm around. The same way that, we've already mentioned Leanne. If Leanne come at me with a bad offer, I want to get the offer worked out.
Yeah.
Because I like
agree.
her.
I agree.
Kind of like what you and Bill was talking about.
Likability and connectivity because it plays a life ain't fair for people that are highly likable because they get all the differential, they get all the breaks because people like them.
Yeah.
So remember that. So here's what I've seen is one of the bad sides of or something you got to overcome by being Mr. Fun Guy is people walk away and they might think that guy could never be my person. You do have to overcome that a little bit. I'm not saying people are right,
You may
but
say you're unprofessional or you don't have it together.
they would say that.
Yeah.
They could say that. So you do have to be aware. It's those people have got the right to think whatever they think. It's their opinion.
Right.
But you can. Me and Weatherman, we have done some crazy videos. I mean,
I had a little gorilla mask on.
the funniest one ever was when he came in a big blonde wig and a mustache while I was talking.
Yeah, where's my
He's
buddy?
like,
John Jones. Where's my buddy John Jones?
Jones. But some people may say, ma'am, those guys ain't serious enough for me. But hey, don't be confused by the way we can joke around. That does not mean we don't know. K-N-O-W.
Check the score.
Well, I don't want to say that, but don't be confused because we have fun. That does not mean we don't know how to get it done.
Absolutely. Because there's always a serious
We can
side.
put that down. Are you a
Yeah, that's
Hey,
a rhyme. Yeah.
Can somebody wake up Sparkle?
So-
Can somebody get some of Brian's energy drinks in here? She's falling asleep.
There's always a we can take off the funny hat and put on the serious hat because we've had a tough couple weeks in our office, and I don't mind saying it, because of some offers and things not going the way we thought, and so you have to take off the funny hat to put on the serious hat because you do have to represent your client. But at the end of the day, as soon as we get the job done, hey, we're putting that funny hat back on because we're not going to choose to let that moment of bad news be the rest of our day. We're going to continue to have a joyful the rest of the day.
I wish Brian Clark was on here. Do you know Brian Clark? I hear Brian Clark's one of the funniest people. I don't know how funny. Is he funny?
Yes.
Is he funnier than Weatherman?
I don't know. We ought to have a joke off.
How's that?
Yeah.
I would like to have a laugh off between Weatherman and Brian because I hear he's funny. I hear he's real funny. So I feel like when people take this so serious, so hard, they make it look harder than what it is. Like Kathleen looks like she's staying. It's hard to stay awake over there right now. Hey, wake up.
I don't have that blue juice.
You need the blue vodka. The blue vodka's got some carbs in this. So, Cousin Charlie, you seem like a real
Hey,
serious
welcome
dude.
back, Charlie.
You say, where you been, Cousin Charlie?
I take care of a hospital.
He just says that. Like
Now, Cousin Charlie comes across as a real serious cat, but he's got a personality. He puts people at ease. He'll say something. So some people don't. They're so serious they can immediately go into judgment zone.
He has no fear.
He doesn't.
He asked the Pizza Inn guy to be a sponsor. Hey, me and Tommy walked out the door.
So, hey, everybody, if you're still on here, share the stream. If you share the stream, we will go back. We're going to pick somebody.
2.
Get dinner or lunch at the Alley on Main. Hey,
Man.
while I'm thinking about it, next Wednesday's the Weatherman's birthday. What are you going to be, 38?
I think 43 or 44.
You getting up there, big guy.
74, born in
Weatherman's
74.
going to be 45 years old next Wednesday, and I'm having a party for him.
Absolutely. Oh, everybody's invited.
GTT Bash.
Yeah.
We're going to have the GTT Bash. Everybody on here, you're welcome out.
But sure enough, Far Cry is playing, and Far Cry is a fantastic band that plays in Nashville every weekend. They put on a great show. If any of y'all don't know, it's Kerry Latham's husband, David Latham, but great guy, great band. They always pack the house, and they have a following that just follows them everywhere they go. So, hey, come out. Every year it's been packed. It's almost like if you don't get there, you may get turned away out the door. So definitely get there early and get your seats and have a good time.
Stevie, is there any reason why you can't make it?
Crickets.
Are you not coming to the party?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Why would you not? See, this is how we go through our sales process. What am I doing?
You're pro.
Hey, I'm validating. He told me he was coming. Now I'm going to validate it. Okay, so you said you're coming, right? Is there any reason why you won't make it? Are you 100% committed to coming?
Yes.
Okay, so with certainty you can say that you will be there. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Should we move straight to the gut or straight from the gut straight to the gut? I'm getting so fat. Should we move that to 7:30?
Yes, you need to move to 7 o'clock.
7:30.
Even so.
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, because, I mean, you've been a little bit long-winded on that show.
Man, I can talk all damn day with him, man. Didn't you know that? All right, tomorrow night, straight from the gut, 7 o'clock on Thomas C. Davidson. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. Me and Brittany Renee were talking about it this morning. She was in a bad mood, and I wanted to talk about
This ought to help.
this. Well, I was talking about relationships and what are relationships like if you actually share nothing in common with the other person, or you've got limited interest with the other person.
They actually are pretty good. It balances out.
Well, I think what you've got to do, because me and Brittany don't have similar interest, and that's okay. But here's what my main interest is making her happy. That is my main interest. So I will do things. No, I'll do things for her. Like tonight, that Christmas tree's going up. I think. I don't know. So I mean, the Christmas tree's going up. I might actually open up the box. I brought it in. I'm going to do my part.
It's about that tall.
But what I'm saying is there's things that make your partner happy. Even if you don't like doing them, you just do them because it makes them happy. No, it's okay to bitch and complain about it. I think I should still get my credit if I complain about it. Is that true, Stevie, in a relationship? If you complain about something, does it automatically wipe out all your credit?
Yeah, because I've been to Hobby Lobby so many times, and I've wiped out every trip because of the way I've acted.
You didn't even get credit for it.
No, I didn't get credit.
It's like working this week and not
I was
getting
a
paid.
bad Hobby Lobby guest.
But I'd be like, go outside, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, mad too.
Don't need your attitude.
Don't even want you here. I wish you wouldn't have come. So tomorrow night, I don't know. That may be one of our topics, but I think it's okay to say, you know what, me and my partner, we don't have a lot of similar interests. But what we've got to do is we've got to make the other person happy. Mm-hmm. So, hey, that's all I've got today. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Wednesday night, I'm going to keep pounding this. Next Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Stevie, Cousin Charlie. When you get out of church, you and Swifty can come over there. And
Yep.
I'm actually thinking about having a CFC table at the back, roped off.
You said a KFC table?
CFC.
Oh, CFC. Oh.
I'm thinking about having it roped off, and you can only get in that section if you're at church on Wednesday night and Sunday night. So, hey, next Wednesday, hey, there's no excuse. It does not matter where you go to church. Even the Church of Christ people need to be there because I'm going to have your own little section, okay? I even have a little preacher over there. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you.